When we look back at the Vietnam War, we remember the destruction, protests, and lasting effects the war has had at home and abroad. But how many of you know about the man who delivered beer to soldiers on the front lines? An Apple TV Plus new movie, The Greatest Beer Run Ever, tells the incredible true story about New Yorker and Marine veteran John Chickie Donohue, who goes to Vietnam delivering beer to his neighbors and friends in active battle. It's a story about bravery and loving human nature. Take a look.
I didn't come all this way just to quit.
Somebody's got to be here to see what's going on. I want the truth told. For them. They're just kids.
You're going to find out it's a lot harder to get out of a war than it is to get into one.
I'm trying to show them that somebody back home is still behind them.
You got a good heart, Chickie. It's your brains I'm worried about.
Joining us now is none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Chickie Donohue. Mr. Donohue, what a privilege and a pleasure to have you here with us in studio. Thank you so much for joining us. What made you decide, I want to go give beer to some of my neighbors, some of the guys from the old neighborhood?
It was a neighborhood thing. We had lost a lot of young men from that neighborhood. The neighborhood was small, maybe 10 blocks long and 6 blocks wide. Lots of funerals. Demonstrations were going on in Central Park one day when I walked through it, and it got me very upset. They were calling them baby killers and everything, and they were dying, actually.
And there's a line in the movie where it's something to the effect of, I'm not doing this for laughs, I'm doing this for you guys. What was your motivation?
Well, the country was divided, and I wanted those guys to know, no matter what they saw or read in the paper or anything, their community was united behind them. And how could we help them? The beer was just a gesture, and that's the easiest thing to carry around. So I brought them a beer.
At one point, you missed the ship back. You get stranded in Saigon. Tell us about that moment.
Well, again, I did. I missed the ship going back, but by that time I had found 3 guys. When the ship sailed, I had to go to Saigon to get a passport. I didn't even have an American passport. It was okay to go in and out of ports on American ships with a seaman's document, but not on an airplane. Or anyway, so they gave me a passport. They got me a visa to leave the country, fly to Manila and get on a ship and sail home. It was that night that the Viet Cong attacked Saigon. I didn't know it until I woke up early in the morning, and the glass in my hotel room was shattered, and I heard firing. When I got to the embassy, it was even crazier. The embassy was occupied by the Viet Cong. And there was Americans outside the embassy firing into our own embassy. The world was upside down. It was many weeks later that I finally left Vietnam.
How did a movie end up coming about out of your story? And also, I'm curious, why decide to go an action comedy route?
Well, I had no idea. You know, I've seen the movie now 5 times. And the first 4 times, the first 3 times, I never saw no humor in it. I didn't see anything to laugh about. But then by the 4th time, I was noticing the audience that was also watching it were laughing. I've never seen myself in a movie.
Portrayed by Zac Efron, no less, a heartthrob, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, I knew, actually, I'd never had heard of Zac Efron until they told me. And then I said to my granddaughter, Neve, the 13-year-old, I said, who's Zac Efron? Oh, my God, Poppy, she was all on about Zac Efron. And then some of the young women were all, oh, Zac Efron is this. So none of the guys ever mentioned anything, but all the women knew Zac Efron. So I never knew I was going to be a handsome-looking guy in the movie.
Not too shabby to be played by Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Lastly, I'm just curious, when you were watching the movie, you said you watched it now 5 times, did it bring back some dark memories, or what were your reflections, recollections while you were watching?
I'm not a movie critic. I was on a set when Zac was filming in the bar scenes, all the bar scenes. I was there for them. And I couldn't see how it was going to come out until I finally saw the product. and he nailed me. He absolutely nailed me. I had never gotten emotional until I saw him portray me on the screen. I really was surprised, shocked that he got me so well.
Well, thank you so much again, Chickie Donohue, for joining us.
Linsey.
And it's just such a pleasure to talk with you. And we want people to know the greatest beer run ever is out now on Apple TV+.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.